Let me get Facebook together, and then I'm going to have to turn this TV all the way down because y'all know how some of these platforms are. Whenever you have other things playing in the background, you can get a copyright warning. Sometimes they might not even monetize your video if it's too much of a copyright thing. So, um, turning it down. But we're not going to be on long tonight, y'all, because I am actually pretty tight. I don't know if I took some of my supplements at the wrong time or what. I don't know what happened. Because I just all of a sudden around like 4, maybe 3:30, I just started feeling so sleepy. I don't know if I really got my full 8 hours. I actually woke up pretty early this morning. I woke up at like 4. Now, generally, the insomnia that I was telling you guys about yesterday, generally it's 2 a.m. to like 4 a.m. But I woke up exactly, well, around 4, and I couldn't go back to sleep. I was sitting here just watching Narcos, and I was like, I don't know what's going on. So that could be why I'm just feeling a little like I need to rest more. But we are definitely going to get back into the lifting part of it. But I just wanted to commit to fulfill my commitment of going live and walking on my walking pad for 30 minutes. Okay. Um, I hope you guys would drop what state you're watching from. Also, let me know if any of you guys are actually working out and what sort of working out do you do? Do you walk? Do you run, jog, sprint? Are you doing cross country? Are you doing CrossFit? I used to do CrossFit. That was pretty good. I was recently listening to a lady on TikTok talk about in order to see real change in your physique, you need to do the same like routine every day. She's talking about like people who lift weights. She was talking about how you need to actually do the same lift routine every day. That's the only way that you're going to see change. All right, let me get. There we go. All right, so now, all right, you guys, we are live on Facebook now. So let me get started. Welcome in, welcome in. Welcome in, Facebook, YouTube. You guys have been rocking with me for all of these days. So why change it now? I'm not going to be promoting any products on this live, so yay. I don't know if you guys enjoy that or not, or if the ones of you who do watch, if that's something that you're interested in. I tell you guys all the time, I am not a doctor. This is not medical advice. I actually speak to my healthcare providers pretty often about things that I'm doing. I'm actually seeing changes in my body composition. So speak to your doctor, speak to your healthcare providers before doing any exercise program, before starting, while, and after any exercise program. Speak to your doctor before you start taking any supplements. Speak to your healthcare providers regarding any meal plans or dietary programs that you start. Not everything is for everybody. Trust and believe that, okay? I know a lot of these exercise gurus and trainers would like you to believe that anybody can do anything, and that's not actually true when it comes to body composition or body recomposition or even dieting. Not everything works for everybody. And that's one of the reasons that that I'm really starting to pay more attention to women, women trainers, women bodybuilders, women athletes, women scientists, women doctors, because they actually know from going through it. A lot of women have been ignored when it comes to our health. We go to the doctor and tell our doctors that we feel some sort of way, and they don't necessarily take in everything that you're saying. And so a lot of women have been ignored for decades, y'all. And some of us don't even know that all of our symptoms are connected to certain things. So, but I'm not going to get on that rant tonight. I think I pretty much gave you guys the full spiel yesterday. If you want to, talk more about that, you guys would have to drop in the comments. I do this because I would like to move my body more. I'm a former athlete and coach, and I work from home. And I found myself sitting at my computer for 8 to 10 hours straight, which is not great. I am one of those loyal and dedicated employees that sometimes I wouldn't even get up to use the restroom, feed myself, or just to like stretch my legs. I was so committed to and focused on getting the work done. So, and then I would push myself to being overwhelmed. And so I don't want to live like that. I think that has contributed to high anxiety and a lot of other things. So, all right, you guys. So, if you are new here, my name is LaShonda. I live in Charlotte, North Carolina. I go live every single day and walk on my walking pad. Sometimes you will even see me lifting weights. I haven't lifted weights since Friday, I think. And that is because Saturday was my birthday. Sunday I didn't feel like it, and today I don't feel like it either. I'm actually gonna rest, so I'm just gonna get this 30 minutes of walking in and be done with it. I do want to say everybody should follow their body, listen to your body. Your body is telling you to take it easy, take it easy. I think a lot of us betray ourselves, we betray our bodies when we try to push through things physically and mentally because we are not really addressing the issue. So my body's telling me to rest. I'm going to rest, but I am going to fulfill the requirement of walking for 30 minutes. That is something I can do. If I can sit here and watch TV for 30 minutes, I can absolutely walk on my walking pad for 30 minutes. So make sure that you are double tapping the middle of the screen if you're on TikTok. If you're on YouTube, hit the like button. If you're on Facebook, hit the like button. Share the live out. If you end up watching this after I'm no longer live, just drop a comment and say hashtag rewatch gang. That way I know you guys watched it after the fact. Um, I talk a lot about statistics, information that I receive from doctors and reputable sources because I don't want to come on these internets and purport to be any sort of a expert when it comes to physicality or exercising. Yes, I have been in really great shape. Yes, I have been successful at losing weight. Yes, I have, been an athlete, and that's all great. But again, as I said earlier, not everything is for everybody. All all diets, I think that's where a lot of the different diet plans, and when I say diet plans, I'm talking about like keto and Atkins and things. I think that's where a lot of them fail in the long run. You may find short-term success on those plans, but in the long run, you end up gaining the weight back once you go back to your normal eating. I think they lose a lot of people in the long run because of this idea that there is a one size fits all. And I want everyone to get out of the mindset that something that worked for one person is going to work for you. I think, like the kids are saying now, we're losing recipes. We're losing recipes when it comes to simple, basic ideals, when it comes to how to get your body in shape. Move your body, watch your intake, take supplements if you need to. But you won't know you need to take supplements until you actually get your levels checked, get your hormones checked, get your A1Cs checked, And when I say get checked, not just blood work, you may have to have MRIs, you may have to have, different procedures done just to get your body at basal level. So do whatever you need to do to get there. I'm all about not only empowering, empowering women. I'm about healthy living as well. And I haven't always had the most healthy lifestyle, but I know what it takes for me to get my body in shape. And so that's why I come on live to document it for myself. I'm going to be amazed. I know I am, because even when I go, I'm going to be amazed in a year or so when I back at some of these live videos and look back at some of the clips from the lives and just see where I was compared to where I will be at that time. And I'll even say where I am now is not where I once was. And so it's a win. It's success. And so I wanted to go live every day just to not only document and hold myself accountable, but also to inspire and to motivate other people that you can do it. Honestly, you can. And it's just good old school moving your body. I find that a lot of the folks who probably are out of hand, like D'Angelo DeBerry says, are people that are probably once athletes, And the thing about being an athlete is you actually don't have to work at keeping your body in shape when you're an athlete. It is a natural byproduct of being an athlete. So you get kind of numb, or you is desensitized the word? It may be. I'm going to use it in this instance for now. You sort of get desensitized to the actual work that it takes to exercise, because if you are someone who's just naturally athletic, or you're passionate about like basketball, volleyball, softball, flag football, track and field, marching band, or whatever, because of the calories burned during doing all of those activities, you don't necessarily think about, oh, I need to make sure that I run 5 miles, unless you are someone who's really like training track and field, and you're doing cross country and you're having to run a certain amount of miles. I'm going to tell you, at least for me, and this is just for the people who are like me, who you probably gained that freshman 20 or that freshman 30 or 40. It's because you went from in high school playing every sport. Then you get to college and you're not playing any sports, but you still have the same eating habits that you had before, and nothing's changed. And that can lead to a lot of weight gain. And then, because I know I gained a lot of weight my freshman year, sophomore year, I just kept adding it on. And college was already stressful enough. Okay, we 10 minutes into this, y'all. So we got less than 20 minutes left. Hey, is that you, CA? Hold on, Auntie got to put her glasses back on and come to the. That is you. Hey, girl. Hey, girl. Welcome, welcome. I'm just doing the 30 minutes of walking tonight. So, yeah, so if you were someone who just, was naturally athletic, you were just passionate about playing sports, or you had nothing else to do, it wasn't really something that working out or conditioning or training really wasn't ingrained in us. And it might be different, because I know, for like, my daughter has summer conditioning and they're actually lifting weights, and she plays flag football, but she also had to go through physical therapy from getting hurt in the fall. And the physical therapist actually gave her some exercises that she should be doing, because I don't know if you guys know this, women and girls are more likely to get injured than men are. It's based on the shape of our um, pelvis. It's science. It's not just me espousing this. You guys can look it up. There is a thing. There is a degree. Uh, and so the physical therapist gave her some uh, techniques to use, because of, like I said, women and girls end up tearing their ACL, their Achilles, and so many other injuries. And let me also say this: um, my daughter tore her. It was a full tear. She tore her MPFL, which is medial patella MP. I think it was femoral ligament. I think that's what it means. Medial patella femoral ligament. I think that's what it's called. And that was not fun at all. It wasn't fun to watch her get injured. It was not fun to look back at the video, because I was recording every time every time there was like a play, I always record. So I got a phone full of video of my kid playing, and I also have the injury on my phone. And so luckily I did, because then I was able to show it to the orthopedic doctor, and they could see that it was a contact injury. And we got all the necessary MRIs and whatnot. And then she was, admitted to physical therapy. And, she wears a brace. And I think for the most part, she's healed, but that's because she's young. So, but like the women in the WNBA, I just heard that Sanaya Fagan, I don't know if you guys follow South Carolina Gamecocks, but Sanaya Fagan just tore her ACL. She's in the WNBA. She was playing for the Sparks. They waived her, and then she went on a developmental contract for Portland Fire. So she's out for the remainder of the season. And then Chloe Kitts this past season tore her ACL um, at the beginning of the season. 18 months ago, Ashlyn Watkins tore her ACL. Um, I think in college, Raven, her freshman year, tore her ACL. And I think she had previously had an ACL tear in high school. So I always hear about the girls in basketball, but it's not just basketball, it's like all sports that women play. And I'm saying all that to say, it's proper stretching before and after. I was just telling my daughter this proper stretching before and after. Um, but it's interesting how, some schools will actually train the girls to train the girls to lift, train the girls to take care of their bodies. And that wasn't something that my school did. We just, our practice was just playing each other. I don't know if you guys did it like that, but yeah, I guess it just depends on what type of school you were at. Let me see. Y'all saying something. Okay. Thank you so much, Alana. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, CA, for liking the live. You got me over 1,400 likes so far. Thank you, Alana, for liking the live. Thank you. And thank you for the badge. Oh, no, you got number one viewer badge. Thank you, Alana. Okay, hold on. Trying to see the rest of the messages. I'm getting out of breath. This is how I know this walking is working. Honey. Okay. Okay, you became a title gifter 3 times. Thank you, Alana. Oh, that's right. You told me you were coming back today. Alana, I had a wonderful birthday. All right, y'all. We are 15 minutes into this walk. I'm halfway there. This is a 30-minute walk. So my birthday was Saturday, and I was telling everybody yesterday that I booked a table at this place in Charlotte called Link and Pen. When I tell y'all, every time I go over to that place, go over in that plaza, the food just smells so good. I'd be like, what is that? And finally, I was like, okay. And I just saw people going in there dressed up. And so, hold on, let me see what you're saying. Okay, wonderful. Thank you, Alana. I appreciate that. Yeah. So we went over there, Lincoln Pen, and apparently there is like more than one actual location of Lincoln Pen. I think there's one in Huntersville and South End, and then there's one in the Arboretum as well. So we went. My family drove up. My brother and his wife and kid came over because they live in Charlotte now too. And we had the food was delicious. I'm gonna tell you, I was really thinking about ordering the donuts. If you guys have never been to Lincoln Pen, they make in-house homemade donuts. And I'm mad now that I ended up giving my two nieces a donut because they just played over it. They really didn't eat it. So I really only had a chance to eat two of the five. And my daughter ate one. But they were delicious. I was almost tempted to order some donuts to go. I know they over there right now because I don't think they close for like midnight or something like that. I might order some tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. But y'all, those donuts were delicious. The food in general was delicious. My husband got the honey glazed wings. I tasted one. It was good. My daughter and my two other nieces got Cajun pasta. My brother-in-law got Cajun pasta, but I think he added shrimp to his. I think it came with chicken, but I think he added shrimp. My sister ended up getting chicken and waffles, which she said was good. What did my sister-in-law get? I think my sister-in-law got. I think she got some kind of lobster, and then I don't remember what my brother got. And then my cousin ended up getting the pork chop, which she said was good. My mom, I think my mom got the no, my mom got the mahi mahi, which everybody said the food was good. So I believe them. We definitely got to go back there again. Me, my husband, and my daughter, or probably me and my daughter, because she and I are like foodies. My husband, he's so picky. Like even going to a nice restaurant like that, my husband just ended up getting chicken wings, child. Thank you, CA and Alana. Thank y'all so much. Y'all are my girls. Yes. Appreciate y'all. So I was Alana and CA, I was telling them earlier, I'm not lifting tonight because I'm actually tired. I woke up at 4 a.m. I'm obsessed with this show called Narcos Mexico. I watched the regular one, the just regular Narcos, the one about Pablo Escobar. But this one, Mexico, is about this guy Felix and the Sinaloans. So good, y'all. I literally will be waking up in the middle of episodes. And I've had to start it over so many times because it's so good, because I missed stuff and I'm like, who is that? Now, where did he come from? So I figure if I can sit here and watch TV for hours on end, I can get my walk done. So that's what I'm hoping to gain from that. Again, I'm not an expert, I'm not a trainer, I'm not a healthcare provider, but I have been in healthcare for over 20 years in leadership. And, but I do listen to the experts, women, Dr. Stacy Sims, who was on the Mel Robbins podcast, and Diary of a CEO. And again, I can't talk enough about the guy, Stephen from the UK. He has that podcast, Diary of a CEO, and also Mel Robbins. And you guys should probably already know who Mel Robbins is. She's been on Oprah podcast and the Oprah show back in the day numerous of times. So just look up Mel Robbins. And she had both of them had Dr. Stacy Sims on. Dr. Stacy Sims said that perimenopausal women should actually lift heavy weights and probably do more lifting than cardio exercise. Get the cardio in, but the lifting is going to be the thing that really helps us through perimenopause. And she says because it helps to stabilize the core and your pelvic floor. Believe it or not, and I'm just learning all of this, y'all, so I'm not an expert at it, but a lot of some of the troubles that women have is because our pelvic floor is not stabilized. And so that exercise that I did one time live, where I had the resistance band with the pedals and I was lifting, doing leg lifts, that actually helps to stabilize your core where it's not putting a lot of pressure on your back. So that's good. Hey, you guys never know. I might end up becoming um exercise a certified exercise consultant or whatever it's called. What are those classes that the people, I forgot, it was a craze going on a couple of years ago. I cannot think of the word. What were they calling it? If somebody remembers what that craze was where people were like dancing, but it was exercise. Do you remember what it was? Let me see. Somebody's saying something in the comments. Hold on. Whew. Thank you, Alana. I think I got something on my contact lens, or maybe it's these lights so bright. I think it might be my contact lenses. Hopefully, it ain't nothing more serious. Sip of water. Yes, Lana, I'm thinking about it. If I meet all of the goals that I have for myself, I think I might do it. Let me tell y'all something. I get so passionate about so many different things. I have a sewing machine, I have a guitar, I have a keyboard. Like one time I thought I was going to be a scrapbooker because when I had my kid, I started doing a lot of scrapbooking for her. My goodness, I take on so many things. That's the undiagnosed ADHD right there. And then I'm can be obsessive because, like I told you guys, I'm obsessed with the show. For a minute there, I was obsessed with this show on TV. It's called Gilmore Girls. It's not even on anymore, but I can watch it on Netflix. My daughter came out recognizing the theme music because I used to watch that show Gilmore Girls so much, especially when I had to go out on leave when I was pregnant with her and my feet was swelling up. I would literally sit in my husband's apartment and just binge watch that show. And so when my daughter came out, I would sit there and watch and breastfeed her. And then when she started crawling and that song came on, I knew that she knew the song because she actually turned around and looked at the TV when the theme song was playing. I was like, "You recognize the song?" And I was like, "Oh my god!" And now she is completely obsessed with that show. I will catch her just watching Gilmore Girls in her room. Like seriously, it's a thing. But yeah, I used to be obsessed with that. I used to watch that back to back, back to back. I would just watch the whole series and just rewatch it again. That's how I do sometimes. And then now it's the Narcos Mexico, which is, if you're a sensitive person, it's cussing, it's sex, it's drugs, it's nudity, it's all the things. But it's so good. And I don't know if you guys remember the show on HBO called Oz. There's a guy in these last couple of episodes. I think his name on Oz was Zero. He's on these episodes that I'm watching now. All right, y'all. We 24 minutes into this. We got 6 minutes left. Thank y'all so much for liking the live. Make sure you share the live out, guys. Uh, before the 6 minutes runs down, because y'all know I'm very loquacious, I will absolutely talk for the remainder of these 6 minutes. Uh, I want to tell you guys that, first of all, hey, my name is LaShonda. I live in Charlotte, North Carolina. I go live every single day and I walk for 30 minutes. Statistics show that people who walk at least 30 minutes every single day improve their cardiovascular health and their mental health. That is like the tape that runs in my head. And I will continue to say this because it is true. But um, I want to say that I want to live a long time. I want to live a long time because longevity is not given, even though it's pretty much in my genes, right? My grandmother lived to like, I think 83. I have to double check that with my mom. She died in 2020, and I believe she was 83. I'll have to confirm with my mama. And then my daddy's grandmama lived to 96. And his mama also, I think, lived to 80 something. So, the people in my family tend to live a long time. And I don't want to be the exception to that. But also, not only do I want to live, I want to know that how old I am. I want to know what's going on, who's the president. I want to know my kid and her kids. I want to know who my husband is and know who my family members are. I want to be able to move around. And that's why I always talk about these places in the world called blue zones. And if you guys are unaware, there are 5 locations across the world. Oh, okay. Hold on one second, Alana. Yeah, I'm gonna get you before I go. Uh, there are 5 locations across the world where people live to 100 plus, and I'm not talking about 1 or 2 people. I'm talking about neighborhoods of people, cities of people who end up living to 100 plus. They're called blue zones. The 5 locations are Okinawa, Japan, Ikaria or Ikaria, I'm not sure the pronunciation, Greece, so Ikaria, Greece, Sardinia, Italy, Nicola Peninsula, Costa Rica, and there's only 1 location in the US, and that is Loma Linda, California, United States of America. There are neighborhoods of people who live to 100. And what scientists have determined that keeps those people healthy is that those people do a lot of walking. Walking is one of the most underrated exercises you can do. And that statistic that I keep repeating to you guys, that people who walk at least 30 minutes every day improve their cardiovascular health and mental health, it's been true for me. It's been so true for me that I actually dropped a whole lot of weight about 12 years ago from just walking. Didn't change my diet, didn't add any additional supplements or medications. I just walked and dropped a bunch of weight. That's what worked for me. Again, I'm not a doctor. This is not medical advice. Speak to your doctor before you try any exercise programs, including walking. Because I don't know, maybe you need to take some collagen because your knees might not be able to take it. But walking is one of the most low impact exercises you can do. And so it's it's I don't want to necessarily compare it to walking, to running, sprinting, jogging, because a lot of people do get benefits out of that, right? You get a you get to get your heart rate up a whole lot more. But for those of us who have issues with joints, who maybe are dealing with arthritis or any bone diseases, walking might be the next best choice. Okay. So absolutely um, consider walking. And I know I live in the South. I live in the Carolinas at that. So even when it's not hot, like it wasn't necessarily hot today, it was just humid because it was raining. That's a lot to be out in the community walking, which is why I have this walking pad. That's why I'm so super grateful that I ended up buying this, because I I can do this at any time. So consider that. Also, the reason that I do this at this time is because it actually helps me to sleep. Although I woke up at 4 a.m. this morning, but generally, since I started doing this at like 8, 8:30, 9 o'clock, doing my walking, I actually find myself um, sleeping better, sleeping throughout the night, not like waking up, going back to sleep, waking up, going back to sleep. I don't have that sporadic sleeping. I'm thinking about getting this device called a Whoop. I don't know if you guys have heard that. It's kind of like an elevated version of the Apple Watch and the Fitbit. And this one that you can actually, it's a device that you can actually keep on, even in the shower, you keep it on in your sleep. Like it tracks all sorts of things. All right, y'all, we 30 minutes. All right, let me get Alana, and then I'm gonna get on off of here because I'm gonna whew, get into bed. Try to make up for some of that sleeping that I didn't get done this morning. Okay, Alana, are you available now? Hey, Cindy. Let me see. Okay, let's see. You ain't got to turn your camera on if you don't want to. Hi. How you doing? Thank you. I'm glad you had a good time. Sounds like y'all had a really good time. Saturday, honey, Alana, the food was so good. I was not expecting it, but I was hoping it. I was hoping that it was going to be good, and it met every single expectation that I had. It was really good. Like I said, to the point where I'm like, me and my daughter gonna have to end up going back there and getting something. I'm trying to see if I need to find out if they're on DoorDash because then I can order some some of those good donuts from DoorDash. Yeah. So I also I don't want to stay on long. I'm literally unpacking as we speak, and I'm about to jump in the shower and get to bed because I'm exhausted. Mm-hmm. But you should really be some type of coach for weight loss because you have so much knowledge and wisdom. I'm like, oh my God. Thank you. So much from you. Yes. Thank you. I'm glad that you said it, like you thought about it a little bit, and I was like, yeah, let me go and tell her that I already been thinking that for her. Listen, and I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that because I was thinking I need to hit my goal numbers, but also show that I can maintain it, and then I feel like that'll be like the testament uh and getting some kind of certification. I wasn't even thinking about that when I really started doing the lives and like committing to, but now it's just I see now why a lot of people who work out consistently, they say if you just keep doing it, it just becomes second nature. Because like I was super late getting on last night. I didn't even get on till like 10 o'clock, but I still was like, I don't care if I'm an hour late. I'm still going to get this 30 minutes of walking done because I need to get it done. Yep, and that's what's oh, sorry. That's what's important is that consistency. Now, my days are Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I promise you, after sprinting through that airport like OJ today in Georgia, I did my workout. Yeah, yeah. They changed the game, so I didn't realize it until the last minute. So I mean, you talk about I had the hotel through there, and go get back on the train, get to another gate, get all the way down there, and I'm done. Yeah. You know where? Walking. Yep. Go ahead. Go ahead. Finish what you're saying. Oh no, I was just gonna say walking is key. I told you about that one the older lady who told me how she looked so good because of how she walked. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah. Walking, like I said, it's so underrated. So I'm live on YouTube and Facebook. In case you guys can't hear, I'm live on TikTok with my friend Alana, and she was talking about she had a conversation with an 84-year-old Alana. 85-year-old lady, and the lady looked so good, did not look her age, and she asked the lady what was her secret, like what was she doing, and the lady talked about walking and how important walking was. Let me tell y'all something. I am not one of those women who, when older women talk, I don't listen. Like, some of the younger ones, they like to tussle when older women tell them anything regarding life. I'm not one of those. When an older person is talking, I generally will listen. And for me, it's like chew the meat and spit out the bones. Like, you don't have to take word for word what somebody says, but if they live to 85, then they probably know a little something. Hello, my grandma lived to be 96, I believe. She was a registered nurse. She was a healthcare woman at the end of her life. But she didn't play. She walked, she did her stuff, and then she told me. Yeah. So I'm all over that. It's okay. Well, did you have a great trip? I did. It was too short, but it was a blessing. I went to see my cousin. She's my first cousin on my dad's side. She got her bachelor's degree in medicine and biblical studies, and she's going on to get her master's. And so I was like, "There's no way I can theology." Uh huh. Anyway, I was like, "There's just no way I can't be there. Like I gotta go support Yeah. Wow. Wow. You talking about me with the stories. You got a story. Child. Mm-hmm. Who are these people that I'm matching to? Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. That's becoming a thing now. This person I know just recently found some siblings through ancestry as well. So it's ancestry has really been like been a good thing, and it's been disruptive too to some families as well. Yeah. 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 Uh yeah. 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 It got you through? Yeah. I'm gonna get on your face. Yeah. Okay. Will do. Yeah. All right. Okay. Sounds good. All right. If I can catch you, I'll come in and show you some love as well. All right. Thank you, ma'am. Good to see you as well. Thank you. Oh yeah, we almost there. Thank you. All right, bye. CA, I got your message, CA. And I was in the middle of trying to get on, so I couldn't respond. As soon as you sent me the message, CA, to tell me that you were looking for me, I was trying to get on live. So that's why how come I didn't respond. But I did see you. Thank you so much for sending me that message. Yeah. What ended up happening was one of my favorite things to do, y'all, is riding around the city. I know it burns gas, but like I love Charlotte. I really love it so much. And one of my favorite things to do, one of my favorite pastimes, if it ain't me by myself, it's gonna be me and the kid, but primarily me, my husband, and my daughter. We like riding around the city, and we'll take different pathways, different directions. And so he ended up. I was like, let's go riding for a little bit. I was thinking at 7 or 7:30. Okay, it's like we just go for an hour, hour and a half, and I'll be back in time to start my live at 9 o'clock like I normally do. Because I told you guys for Jubilant July, I'll be live from 9 p.m. to 10:30. We were just getting back at like 10. And I was so enjoying the ride because he took us a different way. And it's so nice just like riding in my truck, with the sunroof back and everything. And we just had a good time. But I was like, I gotta plan it a different way. But it was my birthday weekend, and I was like, I feel like my audience will understand. But yeah, sorry about that, y'all. Sorry for being late. I'm definitely gonna be on tomorrow, 9 p.m. Like I said, it doesn't matter if it's my birthday, if it's a holiday, if it's the weekend. I will be live from July 1st to July 30th, doing the Jubilant July challenge, which is just at least 30 minutes of walking. And then I will incorporate also some lifting in there. Okay. Thank y'all so much for showing up for me. I'm going to end the live stream on Facebook. Good night, y'all. Okay. So Facebook is gone. YouTube, thank y'all